Hello. So this is our contribution to the to overcoming the COVID-19 and bringing genomics to the global south. So this is a project called Accessible Genomics, and our plan is to create. So we will create a playbook for deploying low-cost genomic pathogen surveillance for the global south. So that is quite a mouthful, but I'll explain what it means in this presentation. So this is a this is a JOGL project. JOGL is just one giant lab, and it is a platform for distributed volunteer teams to come together from all over the world and implement international projects. So in the past months, we have focused our efforts on the COVID-19. So this is the JOGL team I belong to. As you could see, we are from all over the world just by looking at our faces. So why is it important to bring genomic surveillance to countries? So this is a Nature article which explains that the importance of having genomics on top of your usual RT-PCR and antibody tests. So this article shows that there's a quote from this article that studies show that if you have genomics as part of your toolkit for managing a pandemic or an epidemic, they tend to be shorter, so less people will be affected, and you could go through the epidemic faster. So what is this thing? So it's like if you're familiar with 23andMe, it's like that but for pathogens. So 23andMe, you get like you could have an idea of where your ancestors came from. So with viral genomics, you would get the lineage of particular viruses that you test. That allows governments, that allows virologists to decide how to manage an epidemic better. So whether to close borders, did the new infections come from within the community or outside? So that guides you in managing an epidemic. So when the vaccines arrive, this is also helpful because, for instance, genomics will tell governments and virologists which areas to prioritize in vaccination, and also if there are reservoir species that carry the virus, which of them we should be targeting. And also, if there are vaccine failures, so genomics would help tell scientists and researchers the root cause of the vaccine failure. So, however, if you read to the end of this article, the one I showed you earlier, it turns out it's only high-income countries that have this capability, or at least to do this at a large scale. In lower-income countries, we may have tens of genomes, but high-income countries would have hundreds to thousands to tens of thousands of genomes, which allow them to manage their epidemics better. However, if you ask yourself, where do you think the next epidemic will most likely come? Well, my bet is that it will come from the developing world, where there's a lot of the interaction between human and wildlife is most prevalent. So I think, we should also increase the level of genomics in our part of the world. If you look at the current situation, though, you have these are all high-income countries that have uploaded genomes to this database called GSAID. So like half of it is almost half is from the UK, like 1/3 is from the US. The rest these are all rich countries. The only maybe developing country here is that we could see here is Indonesia at 0.1%. So there's really a lot of improvement that we could contribute in this space. So if you look at the bottom of the list, this becomes even clearer. So this is the list of countries which have less than 10 SARS-CoV-2 genomes uploaded to GSAID, and they total to 20 when I checked this back in June 10 and 11. And these are, if you add this up, this is comprised of almost 1 billion people. So I mean, there's something wrong there, no? So, however, the cost of DNA sequencing has been going down drastically throughout the past years. If you remember the Human Genome Project, it cost them, I think, $3 billion to sequence one human genome. But now I think it's like less than $1,000. And and I think the optimistic view here is that it will be similar to mobile phones. There was a time when mobile phones were only available to developed countries. Now most of the mobile phones in the world are located in developing countries. So, and how does it look like? So this is the Oxford Nanopore MinION. So in the past, a sequencer used to cost more than a car. Now, this device costs less than an iPhone, and with rapidly growing innovations, so the cost per sample has also been lowering consistently. Now people expect it to be for viruses, it could be as low as $10 per sample with advanced innovations that we have now. And also I have this collection of papers that show its feasibility in the field in locations like Kenya, the Philippines. So they have tried this out. The scientists have shown how to deploy this, how this is feasible, share their protocols. So this is definitely very doable. So what is missing now? So you have there the device, and you have there the studies of the scientists using the device, and then how do we bring it to the developing world? How do we bring pathogen surveillance, genomic pathogen surveillance to the developing world? So if we take a look at the specific challenges that we need to overcome to actually make this happen, getting funding, bringing the logistics of bringing in equipment and reagents and so on and so forth. So these are hard, but they are doable challenges, and to me they sound like project management challenges. So which means you could overcome them with a project management team, and that's exactly what we assembled in just one giant lab. So I think we have assembled a team and a group of subject matter experts that have the right skill sets to face these challenges and to make this project a reality. So this project is led from the Global South. It is for the Global South, and it is supported by scientists and team members throughout the world. So the overall plan is this. So first, we want to deploy it locally. We'll look for a city where we could deploy it to, and then based on that experience, we will document the lessons using a this global standard of project management called from the Project Management Institute, which I've been a member of for more than 10 years. So it's the biggest associations of project managers in the world. And with that documentation, and then we will also create we will also create training material for people to make use of that documentation. We will help deploy in other countries. So how could you help if you want to help? So, well, we're still looking for people with experience in raising grants. So we're currently in that process. And then if you have experience in logistics, particularly in bringing in lab equipment and reagents, and then that would be it would be a great help. And if you want to sponsor a deployment, then please reach out to me at this email. Would love to hear from you. So that's our project. We're very excited to complete it. We're in the middle of it. We're just completed our training, our planning, and then in the next few months it will be a reality. And I hope if you're interested that you also join us in this project. Thank you.